Playing a very, very bumbling, very English, nice but dim Bingham. And then I realised that I was just being completely dense between takes and just started bumbling about a little bit. And that kind of seeped through. But then as soon as you get in the car on the way home, it disappears. And I've noticed occasionally, I felt so sorry for everyone around me during this, because occasionally I'll just be just weird, like, you know, Ichabod. Because it's as soon as the coat goes on, actually.
Yeah, his fingers start going like this.
Yeah. I always think it's nice to meet a character halfway. That you bring elements of you, but not too much, and you meet the character and you bring as much as you can of that. So inevitably there's going to be a little merge. But no, method has never really appealed to me as an approach.
Well, also the word method has been so misconstrued at this point, because it's based on the Russian method, which is completely legitimate, and now it's been bastardized by...
But then Stanislavski turned his back on it at the end of his life.
And
he always said it was... Sorry.
No, go ahead.
He said that it should be a last resort. If you can't find the character through imagination, maybe this will help.
Same thing with Meisner. Meisner was like, about his own method.
If you need it.
Yeah, and you know, people are like, I'm a Meisner disciple. And I'm like, yeah, he's such a disciple that he didn't realize that by the end of his life, he was like, forget it. Yeah, so I think that your method is ever evolving. And as you grow as an artist, you're going to change your process, and that's just natural.
I think also it changes over time, because of course when you've got the likes of Lee Strasberg in the actor studio, you know, that was a long time ago. And it was a real explosion, and people were inspired by it because it was a new approach. And then as the decades go on, people take what they think that is and what works for them, and it changes. So it then branches out, and only a few of these approaches still have at their core the essence of how it started.
If you wanted to be a painter, you would go to art school and you would learn how to paint like Van Gogh, and you would learn how to paint like Renoir, and you would learn how to paint like everybody and use their process, and then if you were a respected painter, by the time you left school, you would have your own style, right? I think that applies to most art forms.
Does everyone know the Marathon Man story? When Laurence Olivier and Dustin Hoffman in Marathon Man. And you know, Dustin Hoffman was doing his thing, which makes him, you know, one of the best actors in the world ever. He's phenomenal. I love it. And so he was running marathons regularly. He was really getting into it, and he was late one day because he'd been running a particularly long marathon that morning, and Lord Olivier was there waiting for him on set. And he was like, sorry, I need to do this, and I feel like to do this. And Olivier turned to him and said, just try acting. They're two very different schools. And I don't think either is more valid than the other. No. There's more than one way to get to Leicester Square, so Siegfried Minor Drama School.